Wednesday, May the 4th. May the force be with you, the force of goodness and love and positivity and finding the divine within yourself. My name is Stefan Rybak, and I welcome you to tonight's edition of our show, broadcast around North America and indeed around the world. This is the show where we help people find the divine within themselves. If you are looking for a message that is positive, a message that is encouraging, a message that is empowering and enlightening, in spite of all the darkness and madness happening in today's crazy world, then you are watching the right show. At this time, I would like to welcome world-renowned psychic and astrologer Peter Marks to the show. Peter, good evening to you.
Good evening, Stefan. It is indeed a pleasure to be here tonight. I'm very excited about our program, and I'm extremely excited about welcoming our new guest.
Well, before we meet our new guest, for those who may not know Peter, I would like to let you know that Peter Marks has been a spiritual life coach for over 30 years. He has done psychic readings for royalty, Hollywood celebrities, and people from all walks of life. Peter provides very keen insights on career, love life, family, and personal issues, and Peter is known for his uncanny accuracy. Peter is a deeply spiritual man, and Peter believes that faith is a powerful force that can shape lives and indeed shape society and shape the world in very, very positive ways. Peter's clients adore his warm and friendly personality, his unique approach, and his very positive perspective. Once again, good evening, Peter, and welcome to the show. And it's time we would also like to welcome Holly Broderick to the show. Holly B. Healing, good evening and welcome to Find My Divine. It's your time on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Great to have you. It was really great to have you. This is actually the first time that you and I just met backstage about 15 minutes ago. So this is a great experience for me as well. Your reputation precedes you. Holly Broderick is an energetic and spiritual healer. Her talent is intuitively knowing what people are feeling. And Holly's lifelong mission is to help people heal. Holly is also a practitioner of martial arts, which means I will not be getting involved in any type of physical altercation with Holly because she knows martial arts and I don't, which means that altercation would end badly for me. And of course, we're kidding. But she is a practitioner of martial arts. She's a practitioner of meditation, and she is a certified chakra meditation specialist. Holly is also a certified health coach, and she helps people clear their chakra in order to heal physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Holly B. Healing, Holly Broderick, once again, welcome to tonight's edition of Find My Divine.
Thank you. Again, I'm really happy to be here. It's interesting because martial arts was one of the ways that I figured out that I had any kind of an intuitive talent. So I realized the power of meditation.
Interesting. We have a number of people who are backstage.
I'm sorry, I missed what you just said, Stefan.
I think we're having slight technical issues.
He's frozen.
Yeah, he froze. All right. We'll give it a couple of seconds.
We have a number of people stage join us on the show.
Yes.
We seem to be a little tech issue.
Okay.
So Holly, mentioned, while we're waiting for the technical issue, Holly, I'm going to speak about when you discovered your gift.
So I mean, my gifts have developed over time, and the first time I ever knew I was a little bit different was when I was about 3 and started seeing my grandfather, who had long since passed. He passed away long before I was born. And my mom, I'll never forget it. I was about 3 years old, and my mom came into my room as I was changing into my pajamas after a bath. And I was sitting on my bed talking to my grandfather, and I knew him from as the guy who was in the pictures on our mantelpiece. And my mom just asked me who I was talking to, and it was at that point that I realized that he wasn't physically there. So
Really?
Yeah, and then the being brought up with the faith that I was brought up in, we were told that that's a sin and that that's not acceptable and that you're maybe mentally unstable if you do have these gifts. So I packed it away for a very long time until I couldn't anymore. Oh yeah, until I couldn't anymore. So
you couldn't repress it.
Yeah, and I started reading cards sort of secretly, tarot, when I was about 15, and that had to be a big secret. And then in 2020, I had a moment. I mean, when I was about 20 years old, rather, I had a moment where I saw a palm reader, and she told me the strangest thing. She said, "One day you're going to mean something to my husband." And I thought to myself, well, that's a weird thing to say to somebody. Normally you're talking about the future or whatever, but so she tells me that. And then fast forward to the year 2020, and I was sitting in my bedroom with this deck right here, and I asked the universe, okay, so now I'm out of a job because I had just gotten laid off. And what do I do? Cards in hand. I was brought step by step by this woman, this palm reader, the palm reader spirit, because she had passed away the year before. Her spirit brought me to her husband through Facebook. And and I started talking to him. I did a reading for him over the phone, like maybe the next day. And I was like, okay, well, I guess this is definitely something that I need to do. And in between all that time, I had done the martial arts, and I had brought meditation into my life, and I had all these different things that I was sort of collecting, all these different activities that I was collecting and abilities that I was collecting over time. And then I just put them into practice about 2 years ago and brought them into a business that I had started but never really did anything with up until that point. So now here I am.
And now the universe has brought you to find my divine. And as I said earlier, when the show began a few minutes ago, this program is all about people finding the divine within themselves. We're going to try to go to Jackie again. She has been waiting very, very patiently back. Jackie, welcome to Find My Divine. Good evening to you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
She's on
mute. Jack, I think you need to unmute yourself. Jackie, we're going to give you one more try. You need to unmute yourself and turn the microphone on. And hello, so, Jackie.
There's a little microphone shaped symbol on the bottom. It should be right underneath where the pictures are. Just click. There you go. Okay. It's on. She said it's on.
Okay. It looks to, again, this is live TV. We've got people watching
Yes.
all over the United States and around the world. And sometimes during live events, technical issues come up. So, Jackie, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a few minutes. We're going to put you backstage and we're going to give you a few minutes to try to figure out your mic is muted and give you a few minutes to figure out how to unmute your mic. We'd love to have you on the show. You've been waiting so patiently. But in the meantime, we are going to go to Vanessa. Vanessa is waiting patiently backstage. Hello, Vanessa. Are you
Hi,
there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Hi,
Vanessa, I
Vanessa.
love
Welcome
your
to Find My Vine.
Pardon?
Welcome to the show.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Vanessa.
Now, what
Hello.
state are you watching the show from?
I'm from Florida,
Oh,
You're in the state of Florida. Whereabouts in the state of Florida?
in Fort Lauderdale.
nice.
Fort Lauderdale. Very, very nice. Well, welcome to the show. And we are excited about having you on. Who would you like to speak to? Would you like to Holly or Peter? Would you like to speak to both?
I would like to speak to both.
Okay.
See if
Well, let's
both of
start
what
with
they say
Peter.
align.
What is your date of birth, Vanessa? Vanessa, what is your date of birth?
February 1st, 1991.
February 1st, 1991.
Correct.
2/1/91. Now, for those
Right.
who may not be experienced in seeing Peter read, in addition to being a world renowned, Peter is also an astrologer, and Peter has created a dynamic astrological forecast chart. And it begins by asking someone their date of birth, hence the reason why we're asking Vanessa her date of birth. 2/1/91. Peter, what do we have for Vanessa?
All right, Vanessa, the first thing I want to say to you that the guides are giving to me, you have intense energy. You were born with intense energy. I hope you are using that energy in a divine way. You are an incredibly old soul. You are a very old soul. You came in from so many lifetimes to give and to learn. You are here to learn, but you're here to also teach. I want to also say to you, you've been going through a lot of changes over the past 2 or 3 years, and they've been major changes. You're finding yourself. You're coming into finding who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. I also want to tell you, you've got a wonderful business mind. Are you using it?
Not yet. I'm still.
Are you still trying to determine or ascertain which direction you're going in?
Career wise, I feel like I know what I want to do, what I have to do, what I was sent here to do.
Okay.
It's just the other aspect of my life that they're just all over the place.
Okay, because you have the ability to work for yourself if you have the confidence to do that. Now, the confidence has to be built up because part of you is very outgoing and the other part of you is very shy.
Yes.
All right. You're extremely shy, and they're telling me when you're comfortable around people, you can be who you really are. If you don't know people, you want to go, you actually want to go behind the scenes and be left alone.
That is me.
Okay. Now, what I also want to say to you, this is your year. I also want to say to you, not only do you have business sense, but you also have a strong connection with the family. Karmically, your family and work is where you belong.
That's
Okay.
crazy that you're saying that because
Okay.
in the future I do want to get in with my sister.
All right, you're going to be doing something with your sister, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. You are also a highly intuitive. You're very intuitive, and I want you to use that gift. You understand that?
So I've been ignoring how I've been feeling, my emotions. And I feel like the emotions are kind of part of the intuition.
Yeah.
But then I know like emotions are chemical reactions. I don't know if I'm just running from it, but that's what I tell myself. I'm trying to get out of that headspace.
Yeah.
But I've been ignoring. I'm slowly getting back into it. But
stop ignoring, because this is your time
Mm-hmm.
to shine. It's your time to shine. Okay?
Peter, may I?
Absolutely, Holly.
So the moment I saw your face, Vanessa, I was about to ask you about your sister, and then you're like, "Oh, we'll do Peter first," and I'm like, "Okay." So, because I feel like there's a really, really strong and tight connection there, but I feel like you two do things very differently. You have similar ideas, but you come at things very differently. I feel like one of you is much more organized, and the other one is like the creative, like idea person. And and so it's hard for you guys to come together just to come to a place where it's like systematically doing the things that you need to do.
I don't think I'm at that level yet to be where she's at, because she's way more advanced. She's older than me. But I think I'm gradually getting there. I graduated in school in December. So I think after that, I'm really going to start.
Let me tell you something. It has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with your confidence. And it has, because I'm feeling it in my solar plexus right now. And that's your confidence. It's everything to do with confidence. And yeah, she has more experience than you, and she's got systems down better than you do right now. But you're just as capable. You just have to get out of your own way. And I did put 2 cards down, and it's so funny because Peter is an extremely dear friend of mine. I love him to pieces, and when we read together or we do things like this together, we always have the same exact things that are about to come out. And I want to just show you this because Peter was talking, there we go, about all the things, your mind going bananas. Yeah. That's mania. That's all the things, that's the carnival going on in your head.
Yes.
And he also talks about your intuition. And here we are with Tuatha Dé Danann, who are Irish gods and goddesses. They're the fairies. They're the magical ones, the keepers of all the magic. So I'm sorry, Peter, to have cut you off, but I just had to mention that because you're so in line with all the things that I was getting, and I just wanted to mention that.
No problem at all. I just also wanted to ask.
Oh, I just want to let you know that one of the things that I have spoken about is having a greater sense of impromptu on this show. And the readings are done live. For those who may have never tuned in, none of this is rehearsed. None of this is rehearsed. This is all done live. And one of the things that Peter and I have spoken about is having another intuitive on the show herself, and having Peter and the other intuitive do a reading at the same time. So I want to let you know that we're thrilled. We're thrilled that you jumped in. So thank you very much, Vanessa. What is your reaction to what and Peter have said to you?
It reaffirms what I thought, what I have envisioned for my future, because I do want to get into a business and help a lot of people. That's my main goal. So it reaffirmed what I was thinking. The only thing I will say is, as far as like my intuition, I don't know if it's my intuition or if it's just my emotions that's guiding me. How do I know the difference?
Your emotions shout and your intuition whispers. So when you get that feeling way deep down in your gut, that's your intuition. And when you get the overwhelming, like reactive feeling, that's your emotions. And most of the time, you're going to feel the emotion first. But if you get quiet within yourself, the intuition comes up.
I always follow being in a state of love. when you project love to other people and you want the
Mhm.
best for them. I agree with what Holly is saying. I also wanted to find out, the guys are asking me very quickly, growing up, was your father there or was there an absence? Because they talk.
He was there, but he worked a lot to provide for the family. So
That's what I thought, because they said the father wasn't always there for you. I also want to say to you, my guys are telling me Holly and I are very much in synchronicity when we do readings, and it's amazing because when I was first introduced to Holly, I was told by a friend she is awesome, she's amazing, and I found out after having a reading with her that the person was absolutely right. Holly is amazing, and
Well,
so are you. So are you. I want you to use your gifts. These are God-given gifts. Not everybody, we have different gifts, but you are going to be very successful and you're going to want to help your family out.
Yes.
Financially.
Vanessa, thank you for coming on to the show tonight. It's been a pleasure having you all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And Holly, the caption underneath your video says Holly Healing. If I might make a suggestion, I think we should change it to Holly Be Amazing.
Thank you.
Think.
I love that. Thank you.
Holly Be
I'm
Amazing.
actually I'm so used
well,
to it being
thank you
psychics
for
and swears because that's
joining us.
everything.
We're having Sue join us right now. Hello, Sue. Good evening.
Hi, how
Sue,
are
are you
y'all?
there?
I'm here.
That's
Hey,
We're doing great. Sue, where are you watching the show from?
from Lakeland, Florida.
We have enough from the Sunshine State.
Yes.
Filling
That's
this
right.
show with sunshine and positivity. What is your date of birth, Sue?
10/30/1967.
10/30/1967. October 30th,
No, sir.
1957.
I think she
No.
said 67.
Yes, sir.
67.
67.
67.
57.
Yes, sir.
67. 10. No, I'm Scorpio. 10/30/67.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Peter, did you get that?
I did get that. I thank you for that.
And thank you.
You're welcome. The first thing that I wanted to start off with, and I'm hoping you're using this, you have gifts from the other side. You are intuitive, but I think you fight it. You fight it. You're not quite sure how to use it or what to do with it. And I want to also say to you, they're showing me you're very detailed. You're a very detailed person. And you're a perfectionist. Everything's got to be perfect, perfect, perfect. And if it's not perfect, you get all worked up. You get very, very worked up. I also want to say, have you been going through emotional changes, energy? Is there any anxiety or you're not quite sure which direction you're going in?
Yes, sir. It's with an X.
It's with the next relationship. Okay. And are you trying to figure out if you should go into the stay in the relationship or end the relationship?
Well, give you a little bit of background. We split up about 6 months ago. And then just here recently in the last couple weeks, he's resurfaced and we've been talking.
Yes.
And I'm just trying to figure out if he's sincere and he wants us to try to rebuild what we have or what we had. We call it a no name relationship.
Okay. How long have you been together, Sue?
We were together for 8 months before we split up.
8 months. Are you aware that you came into this life with issues around relationships?
No, sir.
All right. I want to say this to you. At times, men will try to take advantage of you or they'll try to control you. And this is lessons that you're supposed to learn in this life. I'm being told to try and work things out within this relationship, but I'm also feeling you don't like being lied to, you don't like deception. Everything has to be up front. And if you're lied to, you'll walk away. You will not give them another chance.
That's correct.
All right. So you've got to really decide, Sue, what you want in a relationship. And is he, can you give me, well, obviously you know his date of birth, correct?
Yes, sir.
May I have his first name, please?
Rick,
All right, Rick, and just give me his date of birth.
March 4th, 1969.
1969?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quick update about him, and then I'm going to also ask Holly to come in. Okay, what I want to say to you is this. Relationships mean a lot to him, but I also feel that he's self-centered in certain ways. Do you understand that? It's him first, and then he gives it into the relationship. Are you aware of that?
When it comes to him, yes, because of golf.
Yeah, everything seems to be revolving around him, what he wants. You have karma together. You were in a past relationship with him. I want to tell you, you've already been in a relationship with him from a past life.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Now, does this gentleman want to be well known? Does he want to be known in golfing?
No.
All right. Because I feel a very strong ego here. I feel an ego here, but I also feel there's two parts to him. One's very sensitive that he tries not to show, and the other one wants the recognition from you. Are you willing to try and work this relationship out?
Yes.
All right, because you two do get along very well. It's just the lies or the deception that he's got to stop with. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other quick question?
No, sir.
All right. Would you also like to hear Holly's interpretation of what you're going through?
It would be my pleasure.
All right. Holly, if you are there, I welcome you to come on. And is she there? Well, all right. I would continue with this the way it is, but also set up boundaries, because you're not a doormat and you should not be used. And you're very kind-hearted and you want to see him happy, but you also need to see yourself happy. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think you're going to be fine. And I do see happiness around the relationship.
Thank you.
Okay. God bless you.
Bless you as well.
All right. Thank you, dear. And I'm waiting for our host to come back on. Okay.
Well, it's just you and I.
It's just you and I. All right. Any other questions about
I just got one more. And I'll leave you alone because I know you got other.
All right. Go ahead,
people.
dear. Go ahead.
I know that he and I are gonna try to do whatever we're gonna do. You know, I call it the no-name relationship.
Yes.
But can you see us taking it a step further and maybe one day us getting married?
I can see that, but you both have to work incongruent with one another. You have to work together. And I would like Holly also to be part of this reading because she's got wonderful insight.
So, okay.
What would you say to Sue?
Sue, well, there are a couple of things, Sue. For the first thing that's coming up for me is actually, I see the stuff with the relationship, but that's not the first thing that came up for me. The first thing that came up for me is actually something to do with your mom.
Okay.
Is your mom with us? Is she living, or is she?
No, ma'am. She passed away 3 years ago.
because I'm getting that she's visiting with you sometimes, and she's trying to send messages. I'm sorry, my light just had a moment there.
Yeah, she passed away 3 years ago.
But I feel like because I feel her presence and I feel her that she's with you. Did she drink a lot of tea or coffee? There's something with a mug.
Coffee.
Okay, because I got her sitting there holding a mug. She's like, I don't know if it's her favorite mug or what it is, but she's sitting there and she's enjoying her mug of coffee, it seems.
Yeah,
And what's that?
She had a favorite mug that I gave her.
That's okay. So that's just confirmation that she's with you, and that she's here with you. And I want you to know that she is on the other side, trying to help guide you through some of this stuff. I feel like she might have been one of your go-to people to help you through things. That's the sense I'm getting.
My number one.
So, I also get the sense that you talk to her a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Still. And I know that she hears you. But she's giving you messages, but you're not, because you don't, you're not able to pick up on them necessarily, because they're kind of strange sometimes when they come through from the other side. You know, it's not like having a conversation with somebody like we're having a conversation. It's a little bit different, and sometimes they'll come through signs and things like that. So when you ask her a question, you can ask her, because she does have the power to do this. I want you to ask her a question and to give you, like a yes or no question. Ask her yes and no questions, and to give you specific signs. Like, for instance, my grandmother, when I've asked her questions, I ask her to, if it's a yes, that I may smell her perfume, and stuff like that. And you can ask her things like that. I feel like she would be really receptive to it. And I feel like you would be able to have maybe not full-on conversations and maybe not have the responses immediately, but you'll get the response that you need to get. And as far as this relationship goes, I feel like a need for you to be careful about blocking yourself off too much. Because I get the sense, I pulled a card for you, and I got the Snow Queen, and that's somebody who can easily cut off someone when they don't match exactly what you need in that moment. But that's a protective thing that you have. That's because you've been burned before. So I'd like to see you melt a little bit of that snow, and be able to take a moment and breathe through things. So when something comes up that's not exactly as you were hoping it would be, take a moment with it, figure out exactly what it is that you do want to have, and figure out how to communicate that to the other person rather than just blocking them off. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
And I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that that I'm not being harsh with you, because I feel like sometimes my communication style can be extremely direct. So I just want to be sure.
No, you were just fine. You were beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Sue, thank you very much for coming up tonight. It seems that both and Holly have given you that has touched your soul. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Very much.
Thank you for coming onto the show, and bless you. For anyone
God bless
who would
you
like
too.
to speak to Holly Broderick for a private reading, Holly's telephone number is 475-329-8997. That's 475-329-8997. Thea, and I hope I'm putting that correctly, Thea has been waiting very patiently backstage for a reading. Hello, Thea. Is it Thea or Thea?
Hello. It's
Hi.
Thea.
Is it Thea or Thea? Thea, good evening. Where are you tuning into the show from
Thea.
tonight?
And from Fort Lauderdale as well.
Oh, very well. Thank you for tuning in. Say hello to Peter Marks and say hello to Holly B. Who would you like to speak with first?
Good night. I'd like to speak to both if I can.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. May I have your date of birth there?
June 27, 1993.
June 27th
Yes,
of 1993.
correct.
Okay. And I'll give you what I am tuning into, and then we can hand this the platform to Holly. I want to first say to you, they're telling me this is going to be your year. Are you going through a reevaluation right now? Because I want to ask you, they keep on showing me water and they're showing me health. Are there any slight issues around you this year? Because they're telling me change with diet or the way you are taking care of yourself. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any slight health issues that you are combating right now? Because they keep on showing me your health.
Sickle cell.
That's it. All right. And how long have you had this, dear?
I born with it.
All right. Okay. I want to say something to you. You absorb everything. You are so empathic that as I'm tuning into you, I'm picking up your energy, your body. You're like the universal mother. You want to help everybody. You want to reach out to everybody. You want to make sure everybody is happy and really enjoying life. And they're showing me that you want to heal people. You want to help people. You're a great communicator. You really are a great communicator. Are you going through, and I want to let you know this, May 11th, just so you know, your energy is going to be shifting a little. And you're going to feel, are you feeling it all right now?
Sometimes, yes.
All right. Okay. I also want to say to you, you're a very old soul. You came in to give a lot to people, a lot. And you're coming into your own. Do you recognize that?
Yes, a lot.
All right. All right. So I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to let Holly take over.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
So, yeah, I love your energy, by the way. You've got
Thank you.
Your energy just sort of flows. It's really beautiful. But I feel like you have somebody in your periphery, somebody that's around you that's not being very kind right now. It feels, I don't know if it feels like it might be work related, but it feels like there's somebody who's trying to ruin your reputation. And I'm not sure exactly why, but it feels like jealousy. And it feels like it doesn't feel like anything that you need to worry about in the long run. Karma's not going to be very nice for them, for the things that they're doing to you. So don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. What's that saying? Haters gonna hate. You know? So just roll with it for right now. Just roll with it. You'll be okay. I'm feeling like you're putting a little bit too much mental energy into that. You know, they're renting space in your head for free right now. And you need to let it go because you're built for better things. You're built for higher things. Also, are you doing a training course of some sort right now? Because I feel like you're learning. You're in the process of learning a whole bunch of new different things.
Yes, I was in the process of doing nursing and then also working at the same time. So I'm training for both.
Yeah, you're doing all the things. You're doing all the things. Remember to take care of you though too. There's a saying that we have in the field that I'm in, and that's healer heal thyself. You know, always take some time during each day to take care of you, because it feels like you're taking care of yourself, your family,
And
you're
everyone
taking
else.
care of, but it feels like you're not just taking care of younger family. It feels like you're taking care of the older family too. Yeah. So I want you to take care of your own health though too, because it's extremely important. You know, and I know that you told Peter you have the sickle cell, but I feel like it's more than that. I feel like you're running yourself down. So I want you to be really careful about that, because all this beautiful flowing energy that you have, you don't want to put that to a halt. It's you seriously, you have this divine light in you. You have this beautiful energy in you that you want to share with the world, and that's wonderful, but it has a limit. You have to fill your own cup.
Yeah.
First, before I get a lot of people on.
Yeah. Lisa Nichols, one of my favorite speakers of all time, says, fill from the saucer. You know, pour from the saucer, she says, not fill from the saucer, pour from the saucer. So, like, you know, those little teacups, and if you pour from the overflow and they overflow into the saucer, you pour from that. Give people the overflow and keep some for you.
Thea, I also wanted to ask you, dear, are you writing anything, or are you keeping a journal?
You should be.
They're showing me writing, and
I had a book.
You had a book?
Yeah.
All right. Did you write the book? Are you in the process of writing something?
I'm in the process of it.
All right, because I'm being told something that you're writing, it has a good possibility, strong possibility of being published.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, Holly, but the guys were showing me a book, and she's an amazing soul. She is coming into her own, and your guides think you're just absolutely amazing.
That was
Peter, I work
just
with
a
Johnny. I'm
set
not
of
worried
readings
about it.
between the two of you.
What's that?
Stefan, I couldn't hear you.
No, I was saying between the two of you, it's been fascinating watching the two of you give readings to people this evening. Absolutely fascinating. That's the word that comes into my mind. Leah, it's great having you on the show, and we're going to go back to Jackie. Jackie has been trying a assorted number of ways to get back onto the show, and I love people who are persistent. She's tried a few different computers. She's I think he set the record tonight for most private chat messages sent to the host in the first 40 minutes of the show. So we're gonna send Jackie a certificate of appreciation and a certificate of accomplishment for most private text messages and chat messages.
Can you hear me?
Hallelujah!
Yay!
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, finally.
Jackie, what is your birth, please?
9/28/1954. I'm a baby boomer.
We're around the same time.
Good year. And I'm
No.
also in Florida.
Oh, we have a Florida night. Wow. Amazing. Okay, Jackie, I will did you want to start off or did you want me to start off?
Well, I'm in the midst of a turbulent situation. I'm lost. I'm confused. I was involved with somebody on and off for the last 2 years.
Yes.
And it was a complicated situation. First of all, the age and whatnot. But all of a sudden, silence. No communication, no texting, no phone calls. I haven't seen him. When he lived here on right next door, we had a beautiful friendship, an amazing beginnings of a relationship, even though it wasn't one. I have to stress that. It wasn't a relationship, but what we did have was great. We clicked, we had the same vibe, we got each other. The conversations were endless. The intimacy was incredible. And he moved 2.5 months ago. And then 4 weeks ago, out of nowhere, poof, gone. I can't text him.
Jackie, we want the intuitives to speak now. So you've called in, you've given your date of birth. So we want you to hold still, by the way, because it looks like you're in the middle of a tornado twister, right? You remember the movie The Wizard of Oz? Everything's kind of swirling. Everything is kind of swirling around. What we want you to do, Jackie, is just sit there or lay there and relax and hold still so we can get a look at your beautiful face and your beautiful eyes. Just kind of take a nice deep breath. Can you take a nice deep breath?
I just did.
Exhale. And now we're going to let Peter and Holly speak. Tuned in, right? Okay. You're a beautiful speaker. I love your energy, but we are going to let Holly and Peter talk now. Holly, what do we have?
So what I was going to say, Jackie, is I wouldn't give much credence to what's happening with this gentleman. Just, it was good. Let me put it this way. It was wonderful while it lasted. And you're a lovely person, but it's time to let that go because you're moving into something that's much bigger and better. Okay? I feel like you're moving into another situation in your life, another part of your life that's going to bring you a lot of joy. And so also, is there a financial opportunity for you right now? Because I'm feeling that, and I asked the cards, I'm like, I feel like this woman is going to come into money somehow, and I put down the cards, and there are exactly 2 money cards in my entire deck, and one of them popped up for you. When she pops up, it's usually like your good deeds are going noticed. You know, people are noticing the things that you're doing, and your money's going to be coming back to you as a result. So it's incremental and it's small, but it's coming back. And I feel like putting any energy into this guy that ghosted you, it's not worth it. I know that you miss the friendship, but if he's not responding, then it's best to let it go. And I feel like it's going to take you a little bit of time to heal from that. And that's what we've got air for. Air is the one who, heal thyself, but she's also about cooking. And I get the sense that you're a pretty amazing cook when you put your mind to it, if you want to do it. You don't always want to do it, but you're really amazing at it when you get into the kitchen. So
4 kids.
What's that?
4 kids worth of cooking and their friends. But
Yes,
those days are over.
Yeah. So like I said, when you feel like it, not that not that you want to, but it feels like you're amazing at it when you put your mind to it and when you want to. But I'm getting the sense that it's time for you to move on from from him and get him sort of out of your head. I also want to know what's happening with your siblings, because it feels like there's a lot of distance there, and I don't know what's happening with that.
Me and my brother, we don't talk very much.
Okay.
I mean, we're very close.
Yeah.
But he is my dad. May my father rest in peace. He's behaving like my father.
Stubborn.
And he's trying to be in charge of me because he thinks he made a promise to my dad that I'll take care of her. That everything he says has to be verbatim.
Yep.
And that is so not me. I'm the older sister.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Oh,
And it's
Peter
about
disappeared. I don't know where you went, Peter. You're serious.
It's from another planet. I want to say this to you in a very loving way. The guys are telling me, with this friend of yours, you had too much wonderful energy. He didn't know how to deal with you. He doesn't know how to deal with you. You're normally you're normally very optimistic. You're normally a very self-expressive person. He didn't know how to deal with you or what he was going to be able to give you. He got scared. He got very, very scared.
That I can believe.
All right. He tore out because he doesn't know what he can provide for you. They're also telling me something else here. Now, you can read people very well. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. When people are around you, you tune into them and you know who's, pardon the expression, BSing you and who's telling you the truth. All right? I feel that he eventually was going to use you. I think he was going to use you. And then he realized that you were too smart for this. Now, I'm going to give something to you that may be a little surprising. You knew him from a past life. In this life, you decided to work out whatever karma you had left that you wanted to confront with him. Okay? That karma is pretty much over. It's over. Now, what I'm also going to say to you is, Holly mentioned about money. You have good luck if you apply it. It's only if you apply it. Now, you like nice things, correct?
Always. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I'm a woman.
Not only that, you will be attracting this, but I also want to say to you here, and I don't know why, was there a lot of dysfunction in your family, the family you came from?
I've been on my own since my mother died when I was 9 years old. So yeah, it's been dysfunctional.
All right. Was there anything around alcohol? They're saying something around alcohol or
my late husband.
All right. You're meant to learn from all these lessons. You're meant to learn. And what I want to say to you is you need a man as dynamic and as special as you are. And the reason why they don't stay around, they can't handle you. Because you're
Not even if they take with instructions.
You're a wonderful, wonderful soul. But as Holly said, and she's right on target with this, you have some lessons to learn. And those lessons are the way you treat your relationships. This is the way you should treat yourself. Are you understanding that?
Yeah. He just doesn't know how I never told him how I really felt.
All right, because yes.
In the beginning, we kept the emotions out of the equation. It was fun. It was adventures. It was what it was. And then all of a sudden, 2.5 months ago, when he moved, that's when the emotions smacked me in the face and I realized how deeply I felt for him. But I've never told him.
But it's not over yet. You're the one who has to decide when he decides to come back. Right now, he's taking a break because he really doesn't, he's afraid of getting too close to you because he felt that he was going to become dependent on you. And truthfully, you're one strong lady.
Yes.
You're wrong. You're a very strong woman. You're not going to take any crap or garbage from somebody. This is why he's not talking.
Your energy is so bright, it's like looking into the sun.
Absolutely.
It's amazing and divine.
Sunglasses, I'll give you sunglasses. Now, you see this, and yet sadly, I never see it in myself. I always felt like I was not enough.
You're incredible. You're absolutely incredible. You take in everybody's pain. You
Yes,
want to
I have.
help everybody. You give too much of yourself, and after you give, they take off. They take whatever they can, and they take off. So Holly picked it up. I'm picking up. My guides are telling me they're going to bring somebody in that's very special for you.
I was trying to think of the I don't know. I just feel at my age, I feel like this man may be my last ride.
I don't
Look,
know. What is that? You know,
I'm going to be 68 years old, and he's the first man in 13 years.
All right, let me tell you something. It's your energy. Forget about your age. You're as young as you feel.
I know that.
All right. I just asked the guides if somebody better is coming in for you. Don't settle. You're worth too much. Don't settle.
Exactly.
Jackie, thank you very much for coming on to the show tonight. It has been a very interesting reading, to say the least. A very interesting reading. And that's a good thing. I mean that in a very, very positive way. She's full of a lot of energy. We'll put it that way. And we wish her the best. We send her very positive energy. We send Jackie positive energy, loving energy, and we also ask that the divine spirit bless Jackie with knowledge that she is a divine being herself, divinely created by the supreme being, and that no one on this earth, especially the man that she seems to be waiting for, but he doesn't seem to be waiting for her, may he no longer control her in any way, most especially emotionally.
Yes.
Now, Holly, one of the things that I have shared before on this program, and since this is your first time on, you don't know this, I came from a highly dysfunctional family. My father was abusive.
But
Well, we hadn't spoken about it. My father was an abusive man, and my mother was an alcoholic. And it doesn't mean that they were bad people. They weren't bad people. They were highly dysfunctional people.
Yes.
And a lot of that had to do with the experiences that both of them had during World War II. They both had very, very traumatic experience. I'm going to say something to Jackie, and I can still see that she's still watching. Jackie, don't let anybody have dominion over you. And the reason I brought up the trauma in my life is one of the gifts that I've been given, and we all have different gifts. One of the gifts that I've been given, and I realized this at a very young age, was the gift of perspective. And so I would see arguing and the fighting and the yelling and the screaming and the threats and the I'm going to kill you language discussions going on between my parents. And as a young kid, I would look at that and I would say, is that all there is? This is it? I don't want to be a part of this. And I always had this little voice inside of me that guided me, that said, yes, Stefan, there is something better. And I would say to Jackie and to anyone else who might be watching tonight's show, if you are dealing with issues of self-worth, if questioning your self-worth, which I did for many years growing up in a dysfunctional household, I want you to know that you are worth it. You are worth it. You are deserving of good things in this. It all begins with the thought that you are deserving. Speaking of deserving, Kanisha has been waiting very, very patiently behind the scenes. She is deserving of an opportunity to chat with Peter and Holly. Kanisha, are you there? Hi, Kanisha, are you there? You've been waiting so patiently. Are you there? This is your opportunity. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
Kanisha, say hello to Holly and Peter.
Hi guys. How
We're
are
going to
you?
give you the final reading of the evening. So please speak up and go right ahead.
Okay. I live in Mississippi right now. My birthday is September 19th, 1990.
All right, hold on a minute, dear. Repeat your date of birth again.
September 19th, 1990.
September 19th of 1990.
Yes.
Okay. And is there a specific questions you have for Holly and myself?
I just need a message from the spirit guides about my love life, anything, help, anything.
Okay, about your love life.
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking it if you're asking that question that you're looking for somebody, or is it somebody that you already are with?
We're not together right now. Yeah, we're not together right now.
All right. All right. The first thing that I want to say to you, and then I will let Holly take over, you also have incredible energy. You have really dynamic energy, and a lot of men are threatened by you, honey. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are so dynamic that men say, can I keep up with her? She probably wants somebody different, better. I'm feeling somebody around you that is going to be coming in, but the guys are saying this to me first. Honor yourself before you get into a relationship. You've got to become a little bit more comfortable with yourself, accepting of yourself, and loving yourself a little bit more. I also am going to ask you, was there an issue around dad? Because they're saying dad wasn't. They're talking to me about the parent. Was there an adoption here? They keep on saying your parents weren't around. Parents weren't around.
Yeah, both of my parents were in the army, so my aunt and uncle are my foster parents.
That's what they're showing me. Okay. That's exactly what they're showing me. Okay.
Yeah.
You're coming into your own, honey. They've done an amazing process of raising you. But I want to say this, before you settle down into a relationship, I want you to see how incredible you are. I don't want you to settle. And they're showing me somebody coming in, but I don't want this person to come in until you see how magnificent you are.
Okay, I have a question. What about my friend Evan? The one I
I'm
was
going to let
talking
Holly
to?
take over with this.
Okay.
So, Kanisha, right? Am I saying that properly?
No, but it's okay.
I'm so sorry. Please tell me how to say it the right way.
It's Nasaya.
Nasaya. I apologize. That is my
It's okay.
inability to read properly sometimes. I apologize, Nasaya.
It's okay.
So I want to first of all, I want to let you know that I feel like you have a very young energy about you. Do you have kids, or do you have kids around you quite a bit?
I have a hyper 8-year-old son.
Okay, because I got that like that buzzing,
Yeah.
that frantic energy.
I'd be like, sit down.
He's like, look at this, mommy, look at that. I love him. I love his energy. He seems like a really kind and beautiful soul. And I feel like he's not necessarily understood by too many people either, but I love that he's your kid, because I love that you take the energy and the time to work with him and where he's at. So
Yes.
I just want to take a second and recognize that, because for whatever reason, his energy just wanted to be seen today. But what I love about you, though, is your willingness to learn. And I feel like every relationship that you've had in the past and all the things that you've been through as a child and coming up through adulthood, you've taken every opportunity to learn from them. And I love that about you. And that's the card that comes up for you is actually Lilith. And she's all about being your own person and really showing up in this world as completely 100% who you are. No apologies.
None.
And that's a wonderful thing. That's a beautiful thing. But you also have to be forgiving for yourself, because I feel like that's something that you have trouble with when you make a mistake. And that's the part that you're working on. And I know that Peter was talking about, really owning your own self and becoming fully who you are. And that's a part of it. That's, forgiving your own mistakes and the things that you've done that maybe you would do differently at this point.
Yeah.
As far as this Evan person goes, because you were asking about that. Whew. So you asked about that. And what came up is, girl, he's a distraction. That is a distraction.
Oh my God.
He's wonderful and he's a lot of fun, but he's a distraction, because I feel like if it was somebody that you really wanted to have be fully a part of your life, and that he wanted to have you be fully a part of his life, that it would be something by now. You know what I mean? It would be much deeper than what it is, because it feels like he's been there for a while.
He's been there for like I'll be 32, so yeah, going on 32, but it seemed like I think it's like the long distance, and then what's going on in my life, and then his 3 baby mamas, and what's going on with his life. It's too much, but it's like,
I know. He's good looking, and he's smart, and he's cute, and he's funny, and he's a lot of the things that you want. But he's not all the things that you deserve. Make sense?
Yeah.
He's awesome, and he's a great person. I'm not taking anything away from this guy. But there's something better for you, and it's coming.
The guy just saying somebody is better, and they don't want you to settle, honey. They really don't want you to settle.
Give it about 6 months or so. He's coming.
Okay, so I got a question. So, are we better as friends?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Because he asked me, he was like, "Can we be friends?" And I'm like,
yeah.
I think I got mad because I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I've been hurt. So it's like, okay, you want to be friends, but friends mean I can't see you. I would never see you.
It just means that you would never see him in that capacity. You'll see him, and hang out maybe sometimes, but not in the capacity that you were initially thinking. Because when he first came up, this song popped into my head, and it's "Why Can't We Be Friends?" Like, that old song, But I feel like that's where you need to be with him. You need to be at peace with just being friends with him, because again, he's a good person.
I feel like that's what he wants from me, because we had that at first. We had that at first. And then I feel like the friendship and the intimacy was on point. And then when we got in a relationship, it was like, no. This is too much. This is draining.
Then you're meant to keep it as a friendship. The guides are showing you, and the angels are showing you to keep this more as a friendship. And you need to grow some, hon. You need to grow, and they're going to bring the exact soulmate in that you need. And it's somebody that is going to want connection with the family, and that is going to provide you with a strong foundation, and somebody that is going to be committed to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll know them because they'll be filling your cup, your energy, as much as you fill theirs.
Yes.
Thank you for joining the show tonight. We invite you to come back and talk to us again at some point in the future when you're inspired to do so. Okay. So we've had a cup full, an overflowing cup of people on tonight's show. And every time we do this program, I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to witness so many people being helped. And Holly, you mentioned that classic song, and the name of the group is War. The name of the group is War, and they had a massive hit song. Think about the dichotomy there. The name of the band was War, and one of their biggest songs was Why Can't We Be Friends? And one of the blessings that has come about on tonight's show is I have made a new friend, and it's you. And our viewers have made a new friend, and it's you. So today is a momentous day, Holly. And sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you don't quite realize all of the blessings that are going to come your way because they're a surprise. Now, it wasn't a surprise that you were going to be on the show. It was just a surprise how you have come into my life and our lives this evening. So we thank you for coming on, Holly. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to share your time and your talent with us. You are amazing. Thank you for coming.
It's been my privilege to be here. It really has.
Look forward to seeing you again soon, okay?
Absolutely. When Peter asked me, I was overjoyed, and I, ran to my boyfriend and go, "Baby, guess what? I'm going to be on Peter's podcast with Stefan." And he's going, "Okay, all right, that's great, that's wonderful."
We look forward to having you again on soon. Okay. Good night, Peter.
Yes.
My dear friend, my co-host,
yes,
and my business partner. It's been another great show. As we close this edition of Find My Divine Peter, any words? Are there any words that are coming to your mind based on the words that have come forth from our viewers this evening? Any words of advice that you can share with us as we end this edition of the show?
Yes, the first thing I want to start off with, truthfully, Stefan, I would like to dedicate this program actually to the memory of Naomi Judd, who everybody knows, I'm sure, passed away last Saturday, and I want to dedicate this to her memory. The other thing I also wanted to say, and he doesn't know about this, I want to congratulate Stefan Rybak. He is going to be honored at the Palace Theater, May 11th in Waterbury, Connecticut. And I am lucky enough and privileged enough to be able to attend that gathering with him. I want to also say to everybody that I am thrilled for the attendance tonight and for the people that have become part of the podcast. Do not give up. There is a better future happening. I also want to say that I'd like to see more people coming to their own empowerment, coming to their own self-love, coming to their own sense of self-worth. When you achieve that and you effectuate that change in your life, you will attract the most amazing partner, spouse. I want to see that happen to everybody that tunes in to this segment. I want you to find the ultimate, find your divine self through this podcast with Stefan Rybak and myself. And that is the love and the words that I want to leave with everybody that has watched the show tonight.
Peter, thank you for mentioning my event at the Palace Theater. If I can just take a quick moment, it is happening 1 week from tonight, Wednesday, May 11th at the Palace Theater in my hometown of Waterbury, Connecticut. They do a storyteller series, a speaker series called the Second Act Storyteller Series. And I am just so thrilled to have been invited to speak 1 week from tonight, Wednesday, May 11th at 7 p.m. My talk is going to be very positive. My talk is going to be encouraging. My talk is going to be enlightening. It's also going to be entertaining and fun. And all proceeds from that event benefit the Palace Theater, which is a nonprofit organization in Waterbury, Connecticut, that has been providing entertainment, arts, and cultural outreach to the greater Waterbury area for over 100 years. And as I said, Waterbury is my hometown, and I am just so excited about being able to speak there. So thank you for mentioning that, Peter. And thank you again for all of the intuitive advice that you have imparted this evening. Working with you every day, I am reminded that it is an amazing blessing to me to work with you. So thank you, Peter, very, very much. Becoming the best version of yourself isn't easy. Sometimes when you don't see immediate improvements, your determination can weaken. You might even give up. Please remember that success is an ongoing process. Be patient through the struggles. Be patient through the stumbles. Persevere with deep faith and unending, unquenchable hope. At the proper time, there is no doubt that you will reap an enormous harvest of blessings. Thank you for watching Find My Divine for Wednesday. May the 4th be with you. Good luck. God bless you, and good night.